Okay, today what we're going to do in grammar, we're going to be practicing past tense verbs, regular or normal past tense verbs that have a suffix of an ed ending. Now, if a verb has an ed ending, there's actually 1, 2, 3 ways that you can pronounce or say it correctly. So how do you know how to say each word correctly? Well, that's what we're going to be practicing today. If you will you open the ED pronunciation guide? So if you haven't done so already, pause the video and open the ED pronunciation guide. Okay, now that you've opened the ED pronunciation guide, I'm going to go over it with you. This will help you to practice to read and say verbs that end in ed correctly. Verbs are action words, we know that. They help us know what the subject of a sentence is doing. Verbs can share what happens in the past, in the present, like right now, or in the future. Regular or normal verbs that tell what happens in the past often end with the suffix ed. A suffix is like something that's added to the, is it the beginning or end of a word? End of a word, yep. The suffix ed can be pronounced or said aloud in 3 different ways. Pronouncing verbs with an ed ending is a skill that many of us in 3rd grade need practice with. Actually, a lot of times, I've noticed in years past, knowing how to say past tense verbs with ed correctly is something that's really hard, especially if English is not your first language or the language spoken at home. Today, you will watch a video that will share the rules for correctly pronouncing past tense verbs that end in ed. After watching the video, you will practice saying the words correctly. Okay, so you do need to watch the video because the video will share the rules, and you also have to take notes. Today, your goal is to do step number 1 and step number 2. However, I'm going to read and share and say aloud some of the things that are in the ED pronunciation guide. At this point, I'm going to share my screen. There we go. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen with you. Okay, so you hopefully will watch the video, right? The big questions are, what sound will ED make? That's what you're trying to learn. When you're reading, how do you know how to correctly say the word? So how do you know? Okay, so you have to watch the video and you have to fill in the notes. So we're not going to go over the notes. Okay, but we will read this. Ed. Ed. Can you guys say ed? Ed. The dead TED strategy. Can you guys say the dead TED strategy? The dead TED strategy. Okay, so we're trying to learn how to say these words correctly. So when a root word ends with the letter D or T, the 2 letters join, make the ed sound. Okay, so we're just going to practice saying these ed sound words. Okay, landed. Can you guys say landed? Landed. Landed. So do you see how land ends in a D? That's why we have the ed sound. Next one, started. Started. Do you notice how start has the D, not the D, the T ending? Okay, so then it has the ed sound. Landed, started. Can you guys say with me? Landed, started. Okay, next one is applauded. Can you guys say applauded? Applauded! Okay, so we'll say these words with me. Landed, started, applauded, needed, wanted, handed, parted, awarded, awarded. That has 3 sounds. So your goal today is you need to start practicing saying these words correctly. They all are verbs that end with a D or a T. So it has that ed sound, the dead ed strategy. So on your own today, you need to say these words correctly aloud. So remember, like you can talk to, well, here you go. I can give you an example. If I wanted to, I could practice saying some stuff to my fish friend here or my duck friend here. All right, so I can say it to them. All right, Mr. Fish, landed, started, applauded, needed, wanted, handed, parted, awarded. I forgot I have screen share on, but it's okay. I can show you the fish and the duck at the end of the video. Now, the next strategy is called the whisper strategy. This time, Ed makes a t sound. T. Can you guys say t, 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 t? Okay, so we're actually just going to go down to the examples, the whisper strategy. So do you see how kick has a CK, has a CK ending? Kicked. So do you hear how the ED makes a t sound? Kicked. Can you guys say kicked? Kicked. Okay, next one. Pump. Pump ends with a P. So that means the ED will make a t sound. Pumped. Pumped. Okay, next one. Pitch has a CH ending. That's why it makes a T sound. T. Pitched. Pitched. Do you hear that? Okay, so any of these words that have this ending, SH, X, CK, P, right, it's going to have that ED ending sound. So practice saying these with me. Kicked, kicked, pumped, pumped, pitched, pitched, asked, asked, wished, wished, fixed, fixed, clicked, clicked, clipped, clipped. So you need to practice saying these words again. So right, we've practiced awarded, awarded, clipped, parted, clicked. The ED can make a different sound. The last strategy is called the noisy strategy. So when the verb ends with like a more of a noisy sound, roar, you hear that or, kind of noisy. The ED will just sound like a D, duh, roared, duh. Do you hear that duh? Can you guys say duh, 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 duh? Almost sounds like duck, 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 but duh, 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 duh. Okay, so practice with me. Roared, chewed, sneezed, hummed, listened, whispered, offered, glued. Duh has that duh, duh, duh sound. Say it again, like or, kind of noisy. Ooh, ease, hum, n, ooh, roared, chewed, sneezed, hummed, listened, whoop, whispered, offered, glued. Okay, so there's different ways to say the ED words. Started, ed, asked, t, hummed, d. Okay, let's see if what you really know. Let's practice. Okay, I'm gonna point to a word. How would you say it? Fixed, t, T sound. Chewed, d sound. Started, ed sound. Good. Let's try again. Parted. Listened. Roared. Clicked. T. Good. T sound. Glued. Awarded. Wished. Clipped. Asked. Chewed. Applauded. Landed. Okay, so today you need to say these words again and again. You can practice with mom or dad, brother, sister, or just some funny looking animal or something that you find around where you're living right now. So practice those words, learn the rules for how to say them correctly. That way, when you read aloud, when you're trying to read fluently, you can know how to say the words correctly. And you'll sound more like a native English speaker. Tomorrow, you're going to actually practice these words again, and you're going to have to practice saying them in the sentences. Like number 1, the cat landed on the roof. Landed. So you're trying to say or pronounce the words correctly. Bob started school in August. The crowd applauded when the concert finished. Hey, did you know that this is actually, an ED ending? The SH. Well, if the verb finishes with a SH, it makes a T sound. So I said finished, applauded, finished. So that was a little tricky. So you have to look out for that. But are we doing this today? You don't need to do this today. This is for tomorrow. Tomorrow you can practice reading the sentences aloud. So actually, I'll wait till tomorrow to read more of these sentences. And then finally, on another day, you'll have to record yourself correctly saying or pronouncing the words. Okay, so go ahead, watch the video if you haven't done so already, fill in your notes, and get to practicing.